Good morning. It is Saturday, July 11th, and we've got coffee making. We've got turkey bacon here. I'm about to make my oatmeal. It's about 8:05 this morning, and Mom got up, me and the third person. Elliot's on his way home from shift, but I got up around 5:30ish and got some cardio done, and then she woke up about 6:30 crying, screaming, so I was like, oh my god, she's still tired. So I tried to wait for her to go back to sleep, but she didn't, so I figured she was hungry, so I brought up a bottle and found out when I got up there that her her leg was really wedged in the crib. And on two of the sides, I had already weaved blankets through because she'd done this before, and of course it was the side that I didn't get. So anyways, that time she was up, she ate an entire 8 ounces, and then she's been a little fussy this morning. So hopefully we'll get a nap, because yesterday was my niece's first birthday, so today we're celebrating with a little party, just family. So we're gonna go over and eat cake, but I need to make sure she naps before we go over there. So that's kind of what's on the agenda today. I am still weaning, so I'm gonna sit down with you guys today and talk all about that process. Obviously you can see that there's some hormonal changes going on. Hormonal changes, yes, so much fun. Love that for me, okay. Entertaining her with veggie straws, because that's about it. She doesn't want to sit or do anything else. What, Remington May? You're now 9 months old, and you're just a little diva. Ooh, you want more? Can we eat something more nutritious? Do you want a bottle? More bottle? Yeah. I don't know what this is. This means I want something else. I need to change venue. Huh. Look at this face. Clap your hands. Clap your hands, Remi. Well, clap your hands. Yay! Clap your hands. Yay, Remi! My kid's a spaz. Daddy's home! Yay! I just heard the garage go up. Daddy's home! Yay! Yes, Daddy's home. So we got Tegan her first baby doll. So it's just this little baby doll, and then it actually comes with a pacifier, and then we got the milk and juice cup. Look, it actually has like juice in the milk. I thought that was pretty cool. So she'll have her own baby doll. And then my mom got Tegan like a stroller, because she's walking now, so she can put the baby doll in the stroller and push her. So Remington is down for a nap, and then we will get going to the birthday party. Remington is just down for a nap right now. I just hurry up and got my makeup done really fast in case she wakes up, and then I'll change and throw in the car. We'll head to the birthday party. But since I had a couple minutes, I wanted to talk about my weaning process up until this point. So this was a request. Some people were asking me to talk a little bit about weaning. Remington is now 9 months. She turned 9 months last week. And I had kind of already planned to wean around 9 months. And the reason I picked 9 months was my pediatrician, and I think most pediatricians want you to breastfeed until at least a year and or supplement with formula. I happen to be an overproducer, and I didn't realize that I was until I've spoken to other mamas, whether or not that's because of just I happen to produce more breast milk, or I really, you know, it was my first kid, I really just started pumping. Since Remington was born, I wanted, when my milk supply came in at like 3 days postpartum, I pretty much started pumping. I wasn't sure if that's what you're supposed to do. I just started doing that. And obviously when you pump or you breastfeed, you're telling your body, hey, I need you to produce more and more. And so there was times where I was like, dang, I'm so full. And even my sister was like, wow, like you're producing a lot. So I might have done part of that on my own, or I could just be one of those women that just happened to overproduce. Either way, I was pumping a lot. And so like my AM feed or my AM pump, after she started sleeping throughout the night, I was getting anywhere from 12 to 15 ounces in a 30-minute pump. When she wasn't sleeping so well, you know, like when she was, you know, firstborn, I wasn't pumping through the night, but then when she started sleeping longer stretches, I was waking up like really, really full. And so that's why I started doing that. Even if she woke up like one time and then she didn't wake up like the second time, I would be waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to pump it out. And then I was nursing her in the morning, and then I was usually doing another pump mid-morning during work, because she was on a bottle depending upon who was watching her. And then I do another pump in the afternoon, and then I might nurse her around dinner time, and then I would nurse her to sleep. So I was producing a lot. Long story short, I have easily 3 months worth of breast milk stored. We have an entire freezer. I'll show you guys that in this vlog, but we have another separate freezer outside in the garage full of breast milk. Like I can't fit anything. I can't fit any food. I can't fit anything of breast milk. So I wanted to show you guys all of my breast milk. So literally this is all, this whole thing is full of breast milk. Like I can't fit anything else. This is all breast milk. And then this is all like breast milk. I literally have so much breast milk, and we're on, I think we're finishing up March right now. And then I have all April, all May, all June, some July. So yeah. So I was like, okay, well I can get her to the year mark. And there's nothing wrong with formula feeding your kid. Absolutely nothing wrong with formula feeding your kid. Fed is best. I just was like, hey, if I don't have to use formula, one, it's expensive. And two, I mean, I have all this breast milk. Like, let's keep my kid on breast milk. I originally said I was gonna do 6 months, like before I even had her, before she was even born, because I was like, breastfeeding is a lot. Well, when you start breastfeeding as a new mom, like it's hard. I mean, it's not easy. It hurts. I can understand why some women go through that first week and they're like, screw this. I had cracked nipples. I had bleeding nipples. It hurt so bad. I got mastitis 2 weeks in. Like, I get it. Why women are like, nope, I wasn't breastfeeding. That's fine. But once I got past that, it was like, yeah, it sucks. Pumping is annoying. It's time consuming. You're stuck at a wall. But at the same time, I work at a computer. So it was really just a matter of, okay, I'll do 30 minutes in the morning hours, 30 minutes in the afternoon. It was about every 4 hours is what it worked out to be. So I think I was doing like, before weaning, I was doing anywhere from 5 to 6 sessions a day, whether that's a pump or a nurse. So anyways, I started weaning in Vegas. So my birthday was June 6th. We went to Las Vegas and I started weaning there. So I cut out a pumping session. Remington wasn't with me. It was my first time away. And I started to do like every 5 or 6 hours, I would get back to the room and pump. I was still pumping a lot, obviously. And that kind of continued. And then when we got home, I cut a pump and I tried to stretch my hours. So like, I cut the nursing in the morning. So I was really trying to stretch the time between pumping or nursing sessions. That was my first thing to try to, and then the closer that, you know, if I was pumping at 4:30 in the morning and I could stretch, you know, I cut out one session, but then I was trying to stretch even further, and the closer I got to like the next one, then I would erase that one altogether. You know what I mean? So if I was doing like 4:30 a.m. and I usually pumped about 11 o'clock, I was trying to stretch that to maybe 12, 1, and then I was trying to get closer and closer to my second pump, which was usually sometime between like 2 and 4 in the afternoon. And then once I got, that window longer, then I could cut this one completely. So that's kind of what I started to do over it's been about 5 weeks now. And at first it was hard. We even had a vacation. You guys saw the last vlog was Munns Park. And even that vacation, that was 2 weeks into my weaning process. I was only pumping in the morning, and I was doing a midday pump, and then I was nursing down at night. So, but both of those pump sessions, I was still getting like 10 to 12 ounces. So I was still pretty full. It was painful at first, and I think I was partly skittish because I've had mastitis before. So I was afraid that if I let them get so full to the point where they were like, my boobs aren't soft naturally. I have breast implants, so they're not soft because there's an implant in there. But I never wanted them to get bumpy. And if you are postpartum or you have been engorged before, you know what I'm talking about. There was like bumps on the boob, like they were that full. And so that was what would scare me, because I was afraid if I went too long and I didn't like relieve myself, that could turn into a clogged milk duct, and then that would I'd have mastitis again. So I never wanted them to get like that. The other thing that I had never experienced was the pain. So I actually felt like they felt pain to the touch. If Remi, I was even holding Remi and she pushed up against my boob, it hurt. So if I was actually in pain, then I would know that, hey, I just need to let a little bit out, whether that was Remi nurse for 3 minutes or I'd pump. Problem with me pumping was there was a couple times where I would just pump and then I have the hands-free bra and I'd be working, all of a sudden I'm like, 32 minutes, holy crap. Which you don't want to do because you're basically telling your body, hey, I need you to keep making milk. I don't want you to make milk. So during that time I would kind of know like, hey, okay, it's starting to get painful. I'm going to let a little bit out. Now, other than that, I felt just full, which is uncomfortable. So what I found that kind of helped me was just to take really tight sports bras, and then I don't feel it anymore. Versus like I was just wearing like my regular nursing bra, and I would start to feel full and uncomfortable, and it would kind of make me just feel agitated because you're heavy, you're full. So if I just tried to tighten, even when I was like working out and I felt full, if I just had tight bras and I just could strap them to my chest, I was usually okay. There was a couple times where I did take Tylenol because of the pain, because it hurt and I didn't want to keep pumping. I wanted to stop. I even reached out on Instagram too, like, hey, does the cabbage thing work where you're supposed to put cabbage leaves over your boobs? And some people said yes. I think it was literally like 52 and 48%, like half and half people said that it worked. So I bought the damn cabbage, but it took me a couple of days to realize that I was actually walking around with iceberg lettuce in my bra and not in fact cabbage. So then I did go get cabbage, and honestly I think I used it like 2 days. I didn't really notice a difference for me personally. There was a couple of days where I was so desperate. I heard that Sudafed, which you're not supposed to take nursing because it can mess with milk supply. I took Sudafed just to try to get it to stop. I did take Tylenol for the pain a couple times, and then I did take peppermint oil internally which I had heard helps with milk. Again, these are all anecdotal. There's not enough evidence out there to say this is what works and this is what doesn't. But peppermint oil seemed to kind of help, at least not in combination with not pumping as much. It did seem to kind of help drop my milk supply a little. Now, when I was pumping still 2 weeks ago, that one pump during the day, which it would literally vary. So I stopped pumping 2 weeks ago. I stopped pumping in the morning before working out. So then I would wake up and I wouldn't nurse. And then I would wait until sometime between 11 and maybe 2 p.m. when I started to get in pain again. Then I would pump. Well, that one pump, the breast milk I noticed wasn't as thick anymore. It was almost like had a bluish tint and it looked more watery. So I know that can be for milk, because like it's like the milk that pumps out at first, and then like the hind milk, if I was to keep going, would have been thicker and fattier. I don't know if that's something that means I took it as, oh cool, now it's not as thick anymore. So maybe there's not, I'm sure it was perfectly fine, but I kind of stopped bottling it. I stopped putting it in breast milk bags. I just dumped it. And then I would go, so I had that one pump session, and then I would go until nursing at night. So, and that was 2 weeks ago. I think I started that like June 29th or whatever that Monday was. So it's been now 2 full work weeks where I haven't pumped in the morning, and it's been a whole week now where I haven't pumped at all during the day. The only nursing / pump session I do is her going down at night. So, and there's a couple times this past week where I even felt a little full and it started to hurt again, and I let her nurse for like 3 minutes. Like if she happened to be home while I was working, I would nurse her down. I'd say, hey, I'm gonna go put her down, and I'd nurse her like 3 minutes just to relieve a little bit. But I have not pumped in a week now. And then I nursed her last night. I still feel a little bit fuller, and I definitely know that there's some hormonal things going on. So I kind of want to talk about that. As far as like the hormonal changes, well, I haven't gotten a period back. So that was part of the reason also why I wanted to quit breastfeeding and start to wean. I want my kids close in age. It did take us 13 cycles, so 13 months for us to conceive Remington, which again was frustrating. I wasn't even sure if I could get pregnant, but you know, we went to like a specialist doctor, we went to an infertility doctor, and we kind of worked with her a little bit. I think I talked about this before, but I was on metformin in my first trimester. We didn't do IUI, and we didn't have to do IVF. That was the next step if I hadn't gotten pregnant on that cycle. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to get pregnant with my second kid. It's all in God's timing, and that's fine. I mean, honestly, I'm happy we got pregnant when we did and not 13 months earlier. But again, I would like my kids closer in age. So the plan right now is to wean, hopefully get my period back, and then stop preventing around the fall, around after she turns 1. That's the plan for now, and we'll see. Again, I don't have my period back. I would like to get regulated a little bit. My doctor even recommended maybe waiting a year, just, you know, physically, you know, as your organs are shifting back, you know. I feel fine. It's been 9 months of, you know, first you're pregnant, then you are newly postpartum, and you're healing, you're dealing with a brand new baby, your hormones are everywhere, and now I'm weaning and my hormones are everywhere. I just kind of want, I told my husband, because he's ready. I mean, he's ready. He's like, let's do this again. Let's have another kid. And I'm like, I just kind of want to get a little bit more back to normal, you know? So I'm hoping that if I can get my period back, then we can kind of start trying sometime in the fall. That's the plan for now, obviously. That can always change. I'm not on a birth control right now, which is good because I feel like that kind of played a factor the last time when I went off birth control, just regulating my cycle, trying to get it back, whatever. As far as hormonal changes, I'm 2 weeks out from a photo shoot, which was, again, totally my decision to wean right now before a photo shoot. We didn't know how I was going to react. Every woman's completely different. You know, I was eating a ton of food because I'm hungry, and dropping weight. I hit a really low weigh-in even when I was breastfeeding, like lower than my pregnancy. I think I was like at 130 pounds, and I was like, cool, like I'm gonna kill this cut. Well, then I started weaning, and nothing has changed. I'm still tracking macros. We actually even cut down my lift sessions because of the level of exhaustion. The level of weaning exhaustion, holy shit. It is like being first trimester pregnant again, because I literally was like, I feel like I got hit by a train, and Remington's sleeping throughout the night, and I'm eating healthy, and I'm drinking enough water. And I hate feeling tired because it takes me back to like when I was anorexic and not eating enough and working out too hard. And now I'm lifting 3 times a week for 45 minutes, and I'm doing 3 days of cardio, like steady state cardio. We just added in a HIIT session. Like, why am I so damn tired? You know, I sit at a desk all day. Like it is so frustrating. I feel better now. But this has been going on for several weeks now. As far as the scale shot straight up. Now, first of all, I usually would weigh myself in the morning after my pump session before I worked out. So I would pump that 12 to 15 ounces first thing in the morning at 4:30 and then weigh myself. So I knew not having that pump session between weigh-ins was going to affect the scale. I mean, shit, 16 ounces is a pound if you want to look at it that way, right? And I was pumping that out. My digestion's also been weird because my hormones are changing. So I wasn't going to the bathroom first thing anymore. So again, and then visually when I look at my photos, my progress photos, I'll post some here. Maybe you can't tell, but I can see that my lower body looks like it's retaining fluid, which is common of hormonal fluctuations, like lower midsection and legs. When your estrogen and progesterone are changing rapidly like that, it can change the way that your body retains fluids, and it's usually the way that it falls on women in the lower part of your body. So I can see that. So it's frustrating because I feel like I'm fighting against my hormones. But again, it's really awesome to have another pair of eyes. I'm working with Amber, who I work with at AO Fitness, and she's kind of being a second pair of eyes on my progress as well. And it's pointless for us to try to cut my calories lower and lower and lower because, first of all, I'm exhausted. So it's frustrating because I'm only doing 3 lifts like a week and a half out from a photo shoot. Like that's less than I've ever done in my whole life. For a shoot or a prep or whatever, and I'm eating a lot more because I'm tired, you know, like that's just what's going on. I've also noticed, I think you guys saw this morning before I put makeup on, I'm breaking out. I have not broken out since before I got pregnant. I literally have had like no pimples on my face, and now I'm breaking out like here and here. And I know that the jaw, if you do like the face mapping thing, is hormonal. My husband did say that it seems like I'm a little bit more peppier, which is weird. Like I'm exhausted, but he's like, you're kind of more jokey, your hormones seem like they're balancing better. So it's just kind of been one of those roller coaster rides. I feel like this morning, so the scale did shoot up. I think the highest it was like 136, and so 6 pounds, right? And then it slowly come back down this morning. Actually, I weighed in at 133.8, and then I went and sprinted and I sweat my ass off and I weighed in at 132.8. So that was like the lowest weigh-in in like 3 weeks. That was like right after we got back from Munns Park. I think I weighed in at like 132, which is insane because I ate like crap. Not like crap, but I definitely overate my macros while I was there, and I wasn't lifting. But then I really started to scale down my weaning because I really don't want to pump when we go on the AO Fitness shoot. So I really kind of ramped it up in the last couple weeks. So I'm sure that had something to do with the scale and everything and the fluid retention. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm down to 1 nursing session a day, and it's only to put her down at night. She's wide awake, so I'm not nursing her to sleep anymore. She basically takes some, I don't know if it's a comfort thing now, and I'll probably start cutting that this week, and then be completely done. I don't know if I'll be completely dried up. I'm not sure how the body does that. I know that like the milk absorbs in your body, whatever you don't use. I told Amber the other day, I was like, where does it go? My butt? It goes to my butt, doesn't it? Oh, my legs? Yeah, because I can see it. But I know it'll take a couple weeks. I'm just hoping that, you know, I can go all day now. I mean, I get full by the nighttime, and she doesn't take a ton, but it's enough to kind of take off the edge, I guess. I feel like a dude. I need to relieve myself. It's like I said, I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. It's my first time going through it, but I wanted to share my experience. I'm not unhappy with the way that I look at all, which I think is kind of playing into the way that this prep's going, because I'm not like, oh my God, I need to, you know, get leaner, get blah, blah, blah. I think I'm just kind of like, whatever, you know. My goal after the shoot is to reverse back. I mean, I'm still eating like, I think 1900 calories right now, which is like way more than I've ever eaten on a prep. And I'd like to get my intake back up, and I'm just kind of at the point where I just want to do like kind of lifestyle now. Like I live this life. I feel happy living this life. I want to get my hormones back. I want to get my period back. You never thought you'd say that. And just start feeling like me. It's really the fatigue, guys. Like if anybody's weaned, it's the freaking fatigue that I'm over. I'm done with. That's where we're at. And my husband just tried to come in, so he's probably going to try to shower. So I'll let him do that. And I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Hi guys, okay, so I'm actually editing this weaning video right now, and I wanted to come on because it's a week later now, and I wanted to say how this week went, cutting out that nighttime nursing session. So I think the last time I nursed was Sunday night, was my last nursing session, and weirdly enough, coincidental or not, I don't know, but Monday morning she actually woke up at 4:30 that morning, which she has not done in months. Woke up screaming, crying. So I was like, all I could think was she was hungry. So I actually went downstairs, got a bottle at 4:30 in the morning, came up, and she drank an entire 8 ounces at 4:30, and then I put her back down. So she clearly was hungry, which was weird. So then I thought, okay, this might be the perfect time. Clearly my nighttime feed on Sunday night wasn't enough for her. So Monday night I cut out the nursing session altogether. I didn't pump all day, I didn't nurse at night. And I gave her, and she took a full bottle before bed. She slept better Tuesday morning, but by Tuesday midday, because I didn't have that nursing session the night before, I started to feel pain again. and I needed to relieve that painful edge again. So I actually did hand express using, oh, what's that thing called? God, I'll put the name right here. It's on the top of my tongue. I can't remember what it is. But I hand expressed a couple. I think I got like an ounce out. And that is the last time now that I have done anything. I have not pumped. I have not nursed since, I guess, Tuesday. I hand expressed a little bit just to relieve some of that pain. I still feel very, very full, but the pain isn't so much there anymore. I don't feel lumpy anymore, so that's good. It was only when I started to feel lumpy or pain that I was like, okay, I need to just a little bit. I need to relieve just a little bit. As far as the scale this week, nothing's changed. The scale's still up. It went up after my low weigh-in last Saturday. But I also haven't nursed or done anything. I still feel very full. They look very full. They're harder, so I know there's still milk in there. And so I guess I'm just sitting here like, okay, when does the milk leave my body? So it's a little frustrating. As far as hormonal changes, I definitely feel exhausted. I feel like I'm gonna get a period, but guys, I haven't had a period since December of 2018, so like, kind of can't remember what that feels like, but I feel kind of crampy, definitely very tired. I've had headaches this week, which is not like me, but I know that the only times I've had like consistent headaches have been like right before when I got pregnant and when I started the baseline product from Protea. So I know that these are hormonal headaches. So I'm just kind of waiting for this milk to leave my body. So it's been what, almost a week. And I leave for my shoot this Tuesday, so it'll be an entire week. I'm not planning on pumping while I'm there. I'm kind of just playing a waiting game now. When does the milk leave my body? I'm wearing very tight sports bras. I haven't actually put on a regular bra or a nursing bra. I feel more comfortable with a tight sports bra. I can tell when I take off my sports bra that they're heavy. So other than that, I guess I'm just kind of waiting it out, waiting to see when I get my period, waiting to see what my hormones are gonna do. I've been tired, I've been sleeping more, which is good. I've been taking naps when I can. I took a couple naps this past week, even if they were for 20 minutes. I've taken a couple naps. I was at my mom's house, I think on Thursday, and I literally felt like by Thursday that I've been hit by a truck. I got that really exhausted fatigue feel again, and so I took like a 20-minute nap. Digestion seems to be getting better. I feel okay right now. Yesterday I took a nosedive again. It's just kind of been like a roller coaster. So I'm hoping by my next video and hopefully this retreat that I can say I'm completely done and maybe even get my period back. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys this quick update and enjoy the rest of the vlog.
I could be who you want, cause I know that I need to be happy too. And then things turn to dust when I'd love just to mess up and tell the truth. All I hear is an echo, turn the words that we say into ammo. Sleeping on the side of the bed though, weeks of gone, can't let go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tegan. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Ready? 1, 2,
When you call my name, when you call my name. Want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on, and then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Ain't getting everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. You got your high heels on, and I'm wearing my worn-out jeans. What could go wrong? Sipping on a beer, sing along to our favorite songs. All I want